Parents and teachers are at the Capitol today to tell Republicans the education budget they're passing isn't enough for Wisconsin students. And we have an update on a rollover crash in Monona that ejected a teenager and sent 4 others to the hospital.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now on this Thursday afternoon. Another warmer day out there. Let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Dave Caulfield has a look at your first alert forecast. What a delightful morning.
It is perfectly pleasant right now as we enter the noon hour mark, with the clouds staying mostly north of us on visible cloud track. We've been looking at mostly sunny skies throughout much of the morning and now into the afternoon hours in Madison on the WISC-TV Skycam. Temperatures have moved into the mid-60s in Madison. We're at 70 in Janesville, 71 in Milwaukee, which hit 80 for the first time yesterday this year. Wind speeds, they're still a little bit breezy at times, but definitely less windy than what we experienced on Wednesday. So temperatures and winds over the next 12 hours will reach highs in the lower to middle 70s with mostly sunny skies. But don't get used to this nice weather because the tides are returning as we head into Friday. We'll talk about an alert day in the forecast and what to expect for Memorial Day weekend in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
It is hard to believe Memorial Day is here already.
I know. Summer right around the corner.
Right around the corner. All right, Dave, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you. New at noon, the Republican-controlled legislature has agreed on a $500 million increase in K-12 funding over the next 2 years. That's $900 million less than what Governor Tony Evers wanted to spend on education. The GOP plan includes $100 million for special education, which is $500 million short of what the governor called for. Senator Luther Olson says the goal is to keep property tax increases less than 1 point on average. The state's budget committee is set to vote on that plan today. And public education supporters are rallying at the state capitol today to oppose that GOP plan. Groups like the Wisconsin Public Education Network say they support Governor Evers' plan, and the GOP proposal doesn't go far enough. They're pushing for more money for special education, saying that schools have to use general aid money to cover the needs of students in special education. Just into the Channel 3000 Alert Center, UW-Whitewater has selected Dr. Dwight Watson as its new chancellor. He served as provost and vice president of academic and student affairs at Southwest Minnesota State University. 2 candidates for the chancellor position previously withdrew from consideration. UW system would not comment about why they dropped out. Watson will start the position on August 1st. Monona police say a teenager was ejected in a rollover crash last night. A car was making a left-hand turn into the Taco John's parking lot on Monona Drive when it was hit by a car driven by a 16-year-old. The teen's car rolled several times, hitting a light pole, and a 16-year-old passenger was ejected. Both teenagers as well as 3 adults in the other car were seriously injured and are in the hospital. Police say excessive speed was a contributing factor in the crash. The investigation is ongoing. Madison police are asking for your help locating a missing man. Officers say 39-year-old Jacob Dreger has significant medical needs and walked away from a residential care facility on Post Road near Leopold Elementary School around 6 o'clock last night. Police say Jacob walks with a limp and swings his right arm along his side. There's no indication he's the victim of a crime, but due to his medical needs, there is concern for his welfare. President Trump is sticking to his plan that he will not work with the Democrats in Congress as long as they continue investigating him. This morning he tweeted, quote, "The Democrats are getting nothing done. All their effort is about a redo of the Mueller report, which didn't turn out the way they wanted." Democrats say the president was looking for a way out of his agreement to push ahead with an infrastructure bill because Republicans may not support the $2 trillion plan.
The president was merely looking for any excuse, however inelegant, however transparent, to wriggle out of working with Democrats on a much-needed infrastructure bill.
The only thing they want to do is focus on attacking this president and trying to delegitimize his presidency.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is urging her colleagues to hold off on calls for impeachment until the congressional investigations have wrapped up. Federal judges have ruled in favor of Democrats seeking the president's records held by his banks and longtime accounting firm. Our annual Hunger Heroes campaign is kicking off this afternoon, and we're asking you to pitch in and help make sure that the kids here in Madison stay fed this summer. Our Leah Linscheid is live at the Goodman Community Center with what this effort is all about. Hi, Leah.
Hi there, Mark. We are taking advantage of this sun. Thanks so much, Dave, for providing it and standing outside of the community center on this lovely afternoon. So don't mind us if we're a little squinty-eyed in the sun. But as you mentioned, we are celebrating our second annual Hunger Heroes Drive. And this year we're doing it a little bit earlier than last year in May because, believe it or not, this is the busiest time of the year for the community center's food bank. Joining me this afternoon is Sam McDaniel. He runs the food bank here at the center. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
So explain to us why exactly we are seeing an uptick in families every May here.
What we see as we get to the end of the school year and as the weather turns, all food pantries and food security organizations get busier. We have more people coming into Madison. We have people kind of getting ready for the end of school, which is a big reason for this whole program. As the school lunch and breakfast programs end, we try to step in to help with that. And produce gets a lot more plentiful, which means people are coming to look for that. We have gardens close by that are already bearing produce. We have our partners like Second Harvest that are bringing in more at this time. So we have more stuff coming in. We have more people who want to come take advantage of it.
If more people want to come help out with this food bank, we have this program, Hunger Heroes, going on. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Hunger Heroes is designed to fill in the gap that happens in the summer. One of the things that people often don't think about when it comes to food insecurity is that the school breakfast and lunch programs are really probably the biggest help in that situation because the kids are sure they're going to get those 2 meals. On the weekends, that doesn't happen during the school year even, and in the summer, while there are feeding sites at a lot of local schools, it's a little bit more difficult for people to get there, and on the weekends they don't exist. So the Hunger Heroes program provides a bag of food for a family that should feed 4 people throughout the entire weekend.
Sam, we so appreciate what you're doing here. And if you folks at home want to help, here is how. News 3 Now is running a telethon, a food bank this afternoon. So you can call in and make a donation from 4 until 6:30. We're also going to have live reports on starting at live at 4 all throughout our programs this evening. And you can always drop off food items here at the Goodman Center. We have a list of those items up on channel3000.com. But this is a great opportunity to give back to your community. Make sure your neighbors are having those meals, are getting fed this summer, Mark.
Leah, thank you. The Bucks are back in Milwaukee tonight for Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The 7-game series is tied up at 2 games each after the Bucks lost both games in Toronto. A loss tonight would mean the Bucks could face elimination, while a win would guarantee a 7th game back in Milwaukee. Tip-off tonight set for 7:30. You can watch it on TNT. And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Just in time for Memorial Day, today we're sharing a perfectly patriotic dessert. It's easy, yummy, and I'll show you how to make it, so stick around.
It's
Can you believe it's already Memorial Day weekend? It's a time to remember all the heroes who gave of their lives so we can live in freedom. As a way to honor them and to keep our red, white, and blue front and center this weekend, we came up with a patriotic stacked poke cake. After baking a white cake mix according to the package directions, we poke each cooled layer with the handle of a wooden or metal spoon. To fill these holes, we mix a jar of marshmallow cream, half with red food coloring and the other half with blue. The red goes on one cake and the blue goes on the other. This is going to ensure that every bite will be looking as patriotic as can be. Next, we'll stack these up and frost the whole thing with whipped topping. A few berries go on top to give this cake its finishing patriotic look. Then, it's ready to serve. From the decadent marshmallow cream filling to the fresh-tasting berries, this cake is crazy good. To get the recipe for our patriotic poke cake, simply visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an all-American way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thank you. Another nice sunny day today with temperatures in the 70s, but thunderstorms return to the forecast. Dave will have his first alert forecast coming up. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials down 384 points. The NASDAQ down 145. The S&P 500 off 44 as trade concerns continue. Let's check in now with Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee. She's in the radio suite. How are you this sunny day?
Well, the weather is wonderful. I love it. The problem is it's not going to stick around as long as we could use it. So that's one issue that farmers are dealing with. Just got off the phone with Dr. Joe Lauer, our corn specialist here in Wisconsin, and he said that folks are going to have to start changing their maturities now as far as planting corn is concerned. Only really have until the 1st of June to try to get that crop in the ground if you're planning on making it to the grain stage. Then today, the big news was that U.S. Department of Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue, along with many of his staff, sat down with reporters to explain what the market facility facilitation program is going to be bringing to the nation's farmers to try to offset some of their financial losses again because of all these tariffs. Looks like it's going to be about a $14.5 billion package. The key issues that our Wisconsin farmers want to know about is that you are going to be based on, your payments are going to be based on county production history. Everybody's in, including alfalfa. Dairy farmers are going to get another round of payments, as well as pork producers. We don't know what the payment rates are, and it looks like we won't see the first round of what could be 3 rounds of distribution until sometime in July. So if you're looking for a check in the mail, you're going to be waiting for a little bit, but at least we're starting to get a little bit more traction on what that's going to look like. They said the number one goal, they do not want farmers adjusting their planting patterns because of what this market facilitation program's got. In the dairy markets today in Chicago, barrel cheese was up 1 1/4 penny at 161.5. 40-pound block cheese was unchanged at 168.25. Double A butter today, a big rally, up 4 3/4 cents to 238 3/4 per pound. So dairy looking a little bit better today. But yeah, the devil's in the detail, Mark. Whenever USDA has a conference call like that, I think they were talking for 20 minutes as a group. Another 20 minutes for question and answer, so I'll try to peel through it all and have a little something for you tomorrow before we get to the Memorial Weekend.
All right, we'll see you then. Let's hope for the best.
All right.
Thank you, Pam. Day's over in the Weather Center, and looks like rain's on the way.
Rain is on the way as we get into later tonight and tomorrow, but at least for now, we have the sunshine around, so we can be thankful for that. Speaking of rain, most of us missed out on last night's round of showers and thunderstorms, but spots like Rock and Jefferson County had some spots picking up about 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain. Much of the heaviest rain fell across portions of Walworth County and closer to Milwaukee and Kenosha, where radar is estimating about 2 to 2.5 inches of rain falling last night into early this morning. Doppler track is very quiet right now, and hopefully it will stay that way for a longer period of time, but I'm not too optimistic, especially as we get into the day on Friday, because we do have the chance of seeing some strong to severe storms. Actually, we just got an update here. Madison has been moved into the slight risk, that is level 2 out of 5. So possibly the storm chances and severe storm chances getting a little bit better on this midday update. And that risk goes from Lone Rock, spots to the south, including Platteville, Monroe, and Janesville. The Dell is still in a marginal risk. That's level 1 out of 5 there. So we do have an alert day in the forecast for the threat of that strong to severe weather tomorrow, especially in the afternoon and evening hours. We also could have a round of heavy rain into the overnight hours and into Saturday morning. Hail, wind, tornadoes, heavy rain, all part of the possible equation as we head into Friday. Now, the tornado threat is very low, as it usually is, but we will keep an eye on that. Also keeping an eye on that heavy rain threat, because the moisture values as we get into tomorrow are very high, especially for this time of year. So if we do get those rain showers and thunderstorms to form, it will rain, and it will rain a lot very quickly. Platteville on our Queen Bee Radio Skycam, looking at mostly sunny skies. It is absolutely beautiful basically everywhere across southern Wisconsin. On the Edgewater Skycam, also looking at lots of sunshine. 65 degrees right now in Madison, up to 70 in Janesville, 71 in Milwaukee, 67 right now in Platteville. Still a little bit on the breezy side with those winds out of the west, but better than yesterday, that's for sure. Those winds are gusting closer to about 20 to 25 miles per hour, but we can deal with that at this point, especially if we have the sunshine sticking around. And that sunshine not sticking around for a lot of Memorial Day weekend, but at least Sunday is looking dry. We do have a few rain chances coming up over the next couple of days. Slight rain chances on Saturday. The better rain chances do come at us on Monday for Memorial Day, and the mild temperatures are sticking around as well, but we won't be as mild as last year. Remember when we were in the 80s and 90s for Memorial Day weekend? That was definitely a little bit warmer. At least for the end of May, we set some temperature records 3 straight days to end May last year. So nothing like that, but at least we stay mild. Temperatures are near 70 as we get into the next couple of hours. Highs in the lower to middle 70s by the time we get to later on this afternoon. We're in the 50s to start off Friday with our rain chances increasing. Future Track not too optimistic about those storms forming, but I think it's a little bit tough for this model to get a handle on a forecast like this with multiple chances for showers showers and storms, so we really need to be weather aware tomorrow, that's for sure. And then into Saturday morning, some heavier showers and thunderstorms are possible. So your 7 to 10 day forecast, looking at those temperatures staying in the 70s for Saturday and Sunday, and for Memorial Day on Monday. We do have those slight shower chances on Saturday and better rain chances for Monday. And those storm chances do stick around for Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, this year you're not going to get 3 dry days in a row.
No, we have to be thankful for about 12 hours of dry weather.
All right, thank you, Dave. And up next at noon, Marissa Degroot is here from the Dane County Humane Society with our Pet of the Week. We'll meet the very active Rory when we come back. Marissa Degroot from the Dane County Humane Society is here with our Pet of the Week. We want you to meet Rory. Hi, Marissa.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, and especially good hanging out with Ms. Rory here.
Hi, Rory.
Because she is just a bundle of joy.
She is got a lot of energy.
Yes, a bundle of energy as well. Come
so
here.
tell us about her.
Can we sit?
Can you sit?
Nice job.
Good girl.
So Rory here is about 2 years old, and she's some sort of pit bull terrier, maybe lab mix. But at 2 years old, this is full grown for her.
She doesn't really have the pit bull face.
Nope. But I love her kind of brindle color here.
There's your face. There's your face.
And believe it or not, even with this sweet, sweet face, Rory has been with us for quite a long time. She's actually a member of our Lonely Hearts Club, which is our club for animals who have been at the shelter a little bit longer than some of their other shelter friends. And it's because Rory, even though she's 2, she still has that puppy brain. So she's looking for a family who can do a lot of positive reinforcement training.
And gets really excited to meet new people.
She does get super excited to meet new people, but once she kind of gets used to you and gets over that initial excitement, she's quite the snuggler.
Hi,
too.
yes, you are a snuggler. So is she a stray or from down south? Or?
She actually came up from Alabama, so she is looking for a family who can help turn her into that Southern belle, that more polite Southern belle.
She's going to need room to run.
Yes, and she loves loves fetch. So if you have a backyard and an arm for a tennis ball, she will love you forever.
Yeah, she's a lot calmer than when she first got here.
I think she's just one of those that once she gets into a new home and gets settled in, she is just going to be so great.
Yeah, I love her color. She's beautiful. All right, we have what's going on here? Ian's Pizza.
So we just wanted you to save the date for next week, Wednesday, because you can head down to Ian's Pizza on Francis Street between 5 and 10. If you bring a flyer, which you can find at giveshelter.org, they're going to donate a percentage of proceeds to Dane County Humane Society. If we get to 50 flyers there, they're going to donate 25% of proceeds.
Really?
Yep, so head down and eat pizza for a good cause.
And that's good pizza. Get the macaroni and cheese. All right, last week we had
three adorable puppies, and they all got adopted. No big surprise there, but we had blueberry, strawberry, and black licorice.
And they all got adopted.
They all got adopted.
Which is not surprising at all. Yeah, they're sweet little dogs. All right, let's get Rory home here.
Yeah.
Go to the website at giveshelter.org for information on her and all the critters available, and get those flyers for the Ian's Pizza thing for next week. 838-0413 is the number to call to make an appointment. Marissa, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's head back today. One final check of the forecast.
Man, it is beautiful outside for people like Rory, my son, and maybe dogs like Rory the dog to get outside this afternoon with temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Plenty of sunshine on the Edgewater Skycam in Madison. We're at 70 in Janesville, 65 in Watertown and in Madison, and in Lone Rock, 66 in Boscobel. So for this afternoon, I expect highs to squeak into the 70s, lower to mid 70s, mostly sunny and pleasant. With the day planner, we are watching clouds move in later tonight into the overnight hours with some showers and thunderstorms expected for Friday. Multiple waves of showers and storms are possible with temperatures in the 70s once again on Friday, and we could have some stronger thunderstorms, so an alert day is in the forecast.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Thank you, Dave. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you back here at 4. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.